Yo guys, Codelife here. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be covering and explaining all of UnknownxArmy's updated Fortnite settings, controller binds, keybinds and peripherals that he's currently using to play Fortnite in Chapter 2, Season 1. I'll be covering pretty much everything regarding Unknown's Fortnite setup in this video, and when I say everything, I do truly mean that. I'll be covering his settings, binds and setup for his controller, and as well as that, I'll also be covering his settings, keybinds and setup for his mouse and keyboard. For those that don't already know, Unknown isn't just a controller player, he actually plays mouse and keyboard for fun sometimes too, and surprisingly he's really good on mouse and keyboard. Like his aim, building and editing is just as insane as it is on controller, which because of that, I would personally rank him the best #1 hybrid Fortnite player in the game at the minute. In my opinion, I've never seen someone as good as he is on both controller and mouse and keyboard. Like, it's insane guys. And to be honest as well, I'd probably also rank him as the best controller player right now, if not the best, definitely top 3, just purely from looking at his results that he's gotten recently. Unknown has placed first in a handful of cash cups on controller, and he's even managed to place 5th in one of them using mouse and keyboard, which that right there guys, that just shows how good he is on both inputs after placing so well on both of them. The fact that he managed to come 5th in one of his cash cups when he primarily plays controller, I just find that absolutely insane. Like, the guy is an absolute beast of a player. I'll leave all of Unknown's links in the description below guys, so you can go check him out if you haven't already. Like I mentioned before, he's an absolute beast and he is a hybrid player, so that in itself is a good reason to go check him out. But from those results right there guys, I'll be showing you all of his settings for both inputs. In the first part of this video, I'll cover everything regarding his controller setup, and then in part 2 I'll cover everything regarding his mouse and keyboard setup. Since there is quite a lot to get through today guys, I'll throw the timestamps on screen right now, so that if you guys would like to skip to a specific part or section in this video, feel free to. But before we do go ahead and start the video guys, I do just want to quickly remind you all to make sure that you've got someone's creator code locked into the Fortnite item shop, #ad. It can be my code, which is Codelife, Unknown's code, which is UNKN, just 4 letters, short for unknown, or it can be any other creator's code. By using someone's code guys in the item shop when you do purchase a skin, you will be helping them out a ton. So if any of you do use my code or Unknown's code, I just want to say a massive thank you to you all again, as honestly it really does help and it is very much appreciated. But yeah, now that the support a creator code plug is shouted out, let's now jump into the video guys and take a look at Unknown's controller Fortnite settings, starting off with his video settings. So for these, Unknown's got his window mode set to full screen, his resolution set to the default one, 1920 by 1080, and he's got his frame rate limit capped to 237 FPS. I know it shows on screen guys as 60 FPS, but trust me, it isn't. It is actually set to that custom 237 FPS limit cap, which has been changed manually in the Fortnite config file. The reason Unknown changed this is because it removes a slight input delay that occurs on 240Hz G-Sync monitors, which by the way, if any of you watching do have a 240Hz G-Sync monitor, I definitely recommend that you guys do this yourselves to get rid of that slight input delay. For Unknown's brightness, he's currently got that set on 100%, his user interface contrast is on 1x, and his colorblind mode is currently set to off. For his graphics, he's got everything turned off / turned to the lowest setting, and for his advanced graphics, he's got VSync and motion blur both turned off, show FPS on, multi-threaded rendering turned on, and his DirectX version is set to DX11. Next, we've got Unknown's game settings. For his game UI HUD options, his HUD is currently set at 65%, and the rest of these settings are all turned on. For his main game settings, he's got his sprint by default turned on, auto open doors turned off, tap to search turned on, auto sort consumables to the right turned on, and his confirm edit on release is turned off. For Unknown's controller options, he's got his auto run turned on, and his edit hold time on the lowest setting. Under the advanced option tab, which is turned on by the way, Unknown is using legacy look controls, and he said that this one is the best one out of all of them. For his legacy controls, he's got aim assist turned on, and edit mode assist is turned off. For his Fortnite sensitivities, he's got his X sense on 75%, his Y sense on 60%, his targeting is on 40%, and his scope sense is on 40% as well. Also, his controller building and edit sensitivities are both on 2.2x. Unknown said that the reason his X sense is higher than his Y sense is because it helps him edit better, and it helps him keep his crosshair at head height, which in turn improves his close range fights. For his controller Dead Zone, his move stick is on 10% and his look stick is on 8%. For the foot controller settings, he's got these turned off, and Unknown did say that he did try these out, but he ended up not liking them as he found them feeling quite weird. Next, we've got Unknown's audio settings. For these, his music and cinematics are on 0, his voice chat is on 81%, and his sound effects is on 100%. The reason for why his sound effects is on 100% is actually because it's controlled by an equalizer program, which by the way is the exact same one that Mongraal uses. For those that don't know what this is, the purpose of an EQ program is to make certain sound elements in Fortnite stand out a lot more over others. So an example of this is you can make footsteps stand out and be a lot louder than other sound elements like background noise, and that right there is how Unknown and Mongraal both have it currently set up, which by the way, if you guys are watching right now and you want your audio set up the same way as these two have it, I recommend checking out this video right here where I go in depth and do a full tutorial on how to get it set up. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Moving on guys, I'll now show you all Unknown's controller binds. This includes his combat binds, his building binds, and his editing binds. One thing to mention regarding his combat controls is that Unknown has the pickaxe bind bound to his upper left paddle on the back of his controller. I'll talk a bit more about this along with his grip style and the control freaks he uses in just a little bit, but for now, these are the rest of his controller binds. And moving on yet again guys, we'll now take a look at all of the peripherals that Unknown is currently using. I'll list all of his main peripherals right now, but for the mouse, mousepad and keyboard, I'll list those a little bit later. So starting off with his main peripherals, for Unknown's controller, he's currently using the Xbox Elite Series 2 that has the trigger stoppers on it. On this controller as well guys, he does only have one paddle attached to it, and that is the upper left one. The rest of them have been removed, but that upper left one is bound to his pickaxe in Fortnite. For the grip style on this controller, Unknown is using the right hand claw grip, and for the control freaks on this controller, he is using them. He's got the CQC control freaks attached to the thumbsticks, which by the way, if you guys are wanting to buy these same ones, you guys can use Codelife as a coupon code on the Control Freaks website, where by inputting that code guys, you'll receive a pretty nice discount and you'll be supporting me, so it's a win-win. For Unknown's monitor, he's using the Alienware AW2518H, which is a 240Hz monitor. For his headset, he's using the Bear Dynamic DT990 Pro. For his mic, I believe he's currently using the standard Blue Yeti at the minute, but I'm pretty sure very soon he'll be upgrading to the Shure SM7B mic, along with all of these components. For Unknown's webcam, he's using the Logitech Brio. For his desk, he's using the Tribe Signs computer desk. And for his chair, he's using the whole model gaming chair in the colour black and white. And that's all of Unknown's main peripherals covered. Let's now move on to check out his mouse and keyboard setup, as well as take a look at his gaming PC specs and streaming PC specs. So for Unknown's mouse and keyboard setup, his Fortnite settings are pretty much exactly the same as they are on controller, except from one, and that is his mouse sense. For these, Unknown is playing on an X and Y sense of 12.1%, and both his targeting and scope sense are on 40%. Also, his mouse DPI is on 400, and his Windows sense and mouse hertz are all on the default setting. That's Windows Sense on number 6 and his mouse hertz on the max, 1000 Hz. For Unknown's Fortnite keybinds for mouse and keyboard, these are all of them on screen right now. And yeah, that's all of his Fortnite settings and Fortnite keybinds covered. Let's now check out the rest of his peripherals, along with his gaming PC and streaming PC specs. So for the rest of his peripherals, Unknown is using the Logitech G Pro Wireless as his mouse, the glorious Triple XL as his mousepad, and the Annie Pro 2 as his keyboard, which has the Gateron brown switches attached to it. And that's all of Unknown's peripherals covered. Let's now check out all of his gaming PC specs and streaming PC specs. And yeah guys, that's all I've got for today regarding UnknownxArmy. If this video was helpful or useful in any way, then be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It's super important that you guys do subscribe, because if Unknown does change anything else in the future after this video, I'll be sure to let you all know in my pro player update series or a brand new video like this one. So again, if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure that you are, so that you don't miss out on any updates. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Peace.